Hey everybody, welcome back to another video. Anonymous2099 here with a big thing. This is the 22 Pixar Disney movies ranked, including Onward, which is the newest one, which I did a review yesterday. So if you want to know my in-depth thoughts about Onward, my more nitty-gritty stuff with it, go check out that. There will be some spoilers for some movies, probably every Pixar movie. So, if you haven't already, subscribe, like, do that stuff. So, 22 is Cars 2. Yeah. I'm not a big fan of it. Only because I loved Cars 1, and I still find this movie hilarious. It doesn't really fit, I would say. It's definitely not my favorite of all of them. If I want to, like, cry at one of them, I'll watch one of my top 5. And if I just want to be taken away in an animated movie, I'll watch one of the top 5. But really, Cars 2 is it still fun? I find it fun. Plus, it's Mater, which that's kind of the weird part about it. Like, I never really thought about it because I saw it a while ago. I never thought about, oh, they totally take the main character of the first movie and just change him to being kind of a side character, to the point where I really don't remember much of his plot line in that movie. I do remember him trying to win the race. Even then, Mater was a spy, so that takes it way down for him. Number 21 is Brave. Brave, I find it beautiful. It's a nice little cool thing, but I don't really understand what the kind of point is for it. Like, I understand Cars is kind of their one Pixar movies that had no points. There's no kind of real message to it. There's no real thing for it. Like in Toy Story 4, he's like, I shouldn't be here. I don't belong. And it's like, oh, it's like how people feel like they don't belong. Smart. Putting that in a kid's movie. But really, Brave, I feel like it was supposed to be like, respect your parents. I couldn't really tell that much, though. Anyway, I still thought it was cool. And I might watch it again sometime. Number 20 is Finding Dory. Now, this is not because it's a bad movie. No, I just kind of watched it so much since it was on Netflix at the same time where I know my sister was taking care of this little girl, so she'd always come over with the little girl and just watch Finding Dory because I was the only one with Netflix. And oh my god, it just got into me. I like it though. I love Ellen DeGeneres, so I do like it. It's still worth watching. Number 19 is The Good Dinosaur. Again, I didn't really see a point to this movie. I liked the animation a lot, though. Like Cars 2, they're cars, so there's not too much to that animation. But, like with A Good Dinosaur, every time he moves, it's kind of cool. It's cool. I like it. But again, there was no real point. Like, maybe, hey, you should fit in wherever you want. Don't make people think that you don't belong somewhere. I don't know. I don't know what the point was. But I still liked it. Number 18 is Cars 3. Cars 3 I did like. I did like that one. Really from 18 down, they're all pretty A-tier movies. They're all really good ones. I don't think I have many problems with them. There's one that, like, I'm like, okay, I kind of gotta honor it and put it higher than I like. But I'm not a fan of it. Like, I realized what it was doing and, like, how important it was, and a lot of people like it, but I'm not a fan of it. Anyway, we'll cross that bridge when we cross it. But Cars 3, it was pretty solid. Pretty solid. Pretty solid. I liked it. I liked the little message to it, the little subplots. And I like that it definitely did focus on lightning more than Mater. That was a good thing for it. Number 17 is Incredibles 2. I just couldn't really find myself too much getting into Incredibles 2, which was kind of weird. I still liked it, but I just couldn't find myself getting into it. Like, I couldn't find myself... Like, I don't know if I'm gonna see myself watching it again, but I probably will watch it, since I think it's gonna be on Disney Plus at least soon. Hopefully. Number 16 is Monsters University. This movie has no point, but I freaking love it. The first one, sorry, my neighbor just started playing music. I really like the first one for a reason I'll talk about with the first one. But the second one there was no real point to it, but I liked that it was talking about college because if you think about it, the first kind of Pixar movie came out in 1995, so those kids are kind of growing up and probably still like Pixar, but now they're going to be going to college soon. So maybe Monsters University helped that. I don't know. But again, you have to be kind of like real young at that age because I think Monsters University came out in 2013. But I know it's definitely a movie about college, and I think that's kind of nice for it. Like they talk about college, and it's like it makes it less scary. Um, to some degree. Number 15 is a movie that I don't like. I don't like it. Um, I like its ideas and its plot, but I just ended up not liking it. I know a lot of people say that this is one of the top 5 best animated movies ever. Um, I don't agree with that. Number 15 is Toy Story 3. I just wasn't too into it. Okay, I liked the whole idea of Andy kind of growing up from them, but then it just felt way too like, well, way too different from the rest of them. Um, like I can appreciate it now for what it was doing, like it was showing like how to move on and kind of how it's taking the lifespan of Andy and it's just gone on. Um, but I don't think I was that big of a fan of it. I can't see myself watching it again in the future. I respect it. I think it's great. I liked it for the first time, and now I just don't. And it's not that I've watched it so many times, it's just I've watched it once, and I think that's enough. Also, it kind of felt a weird way to kind of say goodbye to these characters that we've known for a while. At least I did. Basically, my whole childhood I knew of these guys. But hey, number 14 is Coco. Now, we're gonna take a little pause. Why do I not like Coco? Admittedly, Coco, yeah, it's 14, and I don't think we'll ever come higher from that. Um, it was good. It was good. It was good. Um, but I I couldn't find myself like how other people were like, I cried during this. I couldn't. And maybe that's just because, the whole connection thing. There's like always a thing where it's like, hey, if you connect to the movie, then you will cry. If you have a connection to it, even a subtle feeling to it, you will cry. And like that's true. Like I don't cry when I see Kill Bill because I don't have any connection to it. But who knows? Maybe someone's crying to it. um, no, and I also didn't like it because it felt a little out of place. I would say. Um, it just kind of felt out of place to me. I don't know if that makes any sense, but from my mind, it felt very different for Pixar, which isn't a bad thing. It felt just a lot different than I was expecting. You know what I mean? You probably don't. I'm just not a big fan of it. It is a movie that I liked watching, and I thought it was funny and awesome. But it's definitely not my favorite Pixar film. Number 13 is Bug's Life. Bug's Life. This was a good movie. Um, yeah, I just like everything about it. It doesn't have to be kind of shows what they were definitely doing this time. I mean, their first ever Pixar film was Toy Story. And their second one was A Bug's Life. And it was a way departure from that. Very big departure. It still has sort of the key element of like taking something that um we take for granted and then putting a spin on it and making it have a life and have a story and have a share. And I thought that was cool. I thought that was cool. Um for it. Yeah. Number 12 is Toy Story 4. I found myself liking this one a lot more than I thought I would. When I originally heard about it, I was like, oh my god. Of course, they're just gonna do one right now, Um, I mean, okay, fine. Okay, cool, 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 cool. Nice. Great. Um, definitely was a weird-ish thing for it. Definitely. I don't know if I'm making my point clear. I felt like it was a cash grab, but then when I saw it, I actually really liked it. I when I heard about it, when I saw the trailer for it, I was just like, oh, that's gonna be a cash grab. Um, but it's definitely not. It's definitely not. The whole point of it is to actually like. I don't want to spoil this one because this one is really good. If it's on Disney Plus, which I think it is, go watch it right now. You can pause this video and not come back to it, but just go watch it. It's good. I'm not gonna spoil it. I'm just gonna leave it there. I thought it was a cash grab. It's totally not. It has a greater plot, a greater point, and it's amazing. 11 is Toy Story 2. This one was good. Um, I liked Toy Story 2. It's not my favorite, but I did like it. Um, I do know. I think that they hired. I think like maybe two new people. For the writing of it. I know they kept Pete Doctor. I think that's his name. They kept him still as a writer. He's always been a writer for them. Um, for the Toy Story stuff. But it did have a kind of shift. But I did still like it. I thought it was awesome. I thought it was fun. I thought it was enjoyable. Um, it was just kind of worth it. It was a good movie, and like when it came out, um, I was like, yeah, I'm glad to see these guys again. And it's definitely not a huge shift like Toy Story 3 was, and kind of the massive shift that Toy Story 4 was. I mean, it was a big, big shift. Shift. 10 is Incredibles. Incredibles was just such a good superhero movie. It was really good when I saw it, and I liked it. It's not my favorite movie. Definitely not my favorite movie. Um, I did enjoy it though. I did enjoy it thoroughly, and I mean thoroughly. Um, Number 9 was Cars 1. Yeah. The problem with this movie was kind of the again main different characters. Mater was a main character for most of it. The old car was a main character for most of it, and then Lightning McQueen was really the main car. Um, it's not having background characters. It's that Pixar likes to do multiple main characters. Example: Onward has two main characters, Barley and Ian. Yeah, Ian's technically the main character, but Barley's in just as much as him, if not more. Um, and they like to do that with Finding Nemo. It was Dory and Marlin, both of them kind of together, and there was a lot of that, which I liked. So Cars kind of had a lot of characters, but it wasn't enough to kill a movie. You know what I mean? Number 8 is Finding Nemo. Finding Nemo. Oh man, I love that movie. Um, it was just kind of nice. It was nice to see, because it was different, and it was different in a fantastic way. I've never seen an animated movie handle a father-son relationship where the dad loses his son, and then he's like feeling bad about it, and then he's looking for him. Because as a kid, I was lost too. I got lost at like SeaWorld attraction thing. No joke. So I definitely thought it was a nice shift for it. Um, and yeah, I liked it. I liked it. Number 7 is Toy Story. This movie hits close. I mean, close to home. It was just such a thing. I remember my French class. We watched this. Um, he bought it in French, and all he had was a VHS tape. Even though we had CD players at the time, but he just chose always to use a VHS player. So he never stopped using that. It was cool. So we watched Toy Story all the time in French, and I really did like it. And the music gets me every time. It's just an enjoyable movie. And when he's like, "You are a toy," it's just so good, just so good. Um, Anyway, enough said. Number 6 is Monsters Inc. Yeah, this might not have a point. This one might not have a point. Um, But I do know my sister says that she thinks it's about race and diversity and stuff like that. That something new has come to the monsters. That they aren't liking it, but two are kind of accepting, and then they all kind of become a little more accepting. But you realize they aren't really accepting, and they're trying to get it away. So they banish the two people who were accepting it. You can see kind of the sub race plot. But I also just thought the animation and characters were good. I mean, the characters just by themselves were fantastic. Mike Wazowski, oh man, it was good that they did like those kind of nice characters, kind of those nice characters. Getting into the top five, these are all kind of switchy to witchy. You could take one of them and switch it. One, I think one's always gonna stay one, but you could take five, switch it with three, switch it with four, switch it with two, take two, switch it with three. As usual, my top five are usually the kind of you could switch them. That was how it was for my Marvel and Spider-Man films, I think, also ranked. So number five is Inside Out. Ooh, movie about a girl who's going through depression. I did not assume that was going to be what was coming from Pixar next. And then I saw it, and it was actually really good. I know my sister, she loves it because it talks about depression. And she thinks it's better to leave. She thinks it's better to not have her family. It was very deep, and I think that might have maybe turned some people away from it, but it's honestly worth how deep it is. Like, you never get movies like that are so deep that just kind of get you to the point where you're like, oh my god, that's in theaters. That is amazing. I liked it too. Number four, Onward. I cried. I laughed. I love this movie. Okay, number one, it's in a fantasy setting. I'm a big fan of fantasy. Also, number two, yeah, I described it in my last video. I don't need to talk about it now, but you know why I cried. You know. Number three is Up. Number three, I loved Up. Up was just such a story. I don't know if that makes sense. It was just such a thing that when I watched it, I was like, oh my god. Like, they did that. They took, kind of just a guy, and they took his whole life story and just did it in 5 minutes with no noise, just music, and the music didn't even clue you in. That was amazingly sad. And like when, yeah, his wife dies, and it's that storytelling capability that I think only Pixar really has with animation. Warner Brothers doesn't really come close to it. You can't do that really anywhere else, but Pixar knows how to kind of show emotion in lifeless things. I mean, if you think about it, these things don't even exist. There is no WALL-E. There is nothing like that. Speaking of WALL-E, number two is WALL-E. WALL-E was mainly because of the colors and the difference I found in it. I don't think we will ever kind of have a film quite like it, to the point where we're still getting Funko Pops that are reissued, that are made with a cardboard, recycled plastic, and recycled cardboard and plastic. I don't think we'll ever see that from a movie again. It was honestly special, and I love it. I love the whole criticisms about what we're kind of doing, and how, we kind of continue to thrive. I found it empowering and amazing. Number one, there's always a saying that food isn't represented in film as much as it should be. And even Alton Brown said, this movie could be in the top five. No, top three. It's number one for me. It is Ratatouille. This is the best, and I mean best version of talking about cooking, showing cooking in an amazing way. And it even takes something kind of like that, right? That I grew up believing, started the Black Plague. Turns out it was just fleas. I hate fleas. I always blamed rats. I blamed rats. But what's actually nice about it is it shows like anyone can kind of cook. the guy seen is just this busboy who's just cleaning up dishes and doing that, but he actually can cook. Well, he needs the help of a rat, but he still can cook. Yeah, I've been here the whole time. Have you thought I've just been? No, I've been here. Um, but I just thought it was amazing. So yeah, that's my list. The the all 22 Pixar movies, ranked. I'm excited for the new movie Soul. I'm really excited for that one. Um, I don't remember who's in it. Um, I do think it is um, Pete Pete Docter's return as a director. He wrote the uh, first two Toy Stories. So yeah, expect me June 19th to rank and review Soul. And honestly, he looks amazing. Uh, Also, I think Tina Fey is somehow involved with it. I don't know. It is looking amazing. I'm gonna can't wait to see it. So that's really my list. Sorry if this video came out a little later. It took a long time to edit. Um, and I had to switch things around. Originally, uh, it was different. But yeah, that's my final list. Thank you for watching. Anonymous2099. Like, comment, subscribe. Tell me, what are your top 5 Pixar movies in the comments below. I'll see you in the next video.